Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are good. Guys, today we're going to be reacting to Charlie Q&A, Transgenderism, California's collapse, and running for president. Guys, let's get right into this.
Yeah, what's up, Charlie? I actually got three questions. First one is, can you say at least one positive thing about liberals?
Liberals or leftists? That's the big difference.
Liberals.
Traditional liberals believe in free speech. They're just weak, and they allow the tyranny of leftists. I will say this. I wish the right fought as hard as the left does. I will say that. I will say that. I wish conservatives fought as hard as the Marxists do. I have respect for how hard they fight.
Cool. Second thing is, do you ever think it's possible to have an independent president ever in your
It's a good question. Probably not in the short term. Yeah, probably not anytime soon. We live in a two-party state largely, but yeah.
Cool. And then final question is, will you ever consider running president?
No, I'm having way too much fun doing this, and no. And there's far more qualified people than a kid who didn't go to college and hosts 3 hours of radio. But I'm about to be 30, which comes with its own fun challenges and stuff. But I hope we have a country by the time I'm 35, but I'm not running for anything. I'm here running Turning Point USA to save the country today. So, thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Charlie. First of all, I want to commend you for coming to such a left-wing campus, considering your views. So thank you for coming. But I heard you mention safe injection sites, and drug overdose is such a big issue today. And there's this meta-analysis of 75 studies that shows that it reduces overdoses, increases access to health services, and is not associated with increased crime or increased drug use. So what reasons do you have for being against it?
Do you think that San Francisco is a clean city?
So they don't have clean injection sites, I don't think, but no, I guess not.
I believe they do have injection sites.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. So do you think San Francisco is a clean city?
No, I do not.
Okay, so why do you think that is?
I'm not sure. I guess just a lot of crime and homelessness and whatnot.
Sure. So we have 96,700 overdoses in America right now. Off the top of my head, 72% of opioid, like 72% of all deaths for young men are opioid related. Having quote unquote safe injection sites is nothing more than subsidizing an addiction to get somebody closer to the inevitable death.
In this meta-analysis from Vancouver and Australia,
So,
it shows that it lowers.
I am positive that study says that. Post-COVID, I think any study from the major health industries that contradict what I am seeing is steaming hot garbage.
Well,
But here's my evidence. If you walk the streets of San Francisco, you will see littering of needles, feces. You will see homeless people that are completely addicted. And let me talk more morally here, okay? If you have somebody who is addicted, is it better to further their addiction or get them help so that they can break free of that addiction? That's a moral question, not a scientific one.
You could give people help while creating safer conditions for those who are still doing it and haven't gotten help yet.
No, so that's tapering. That's a separate issue. That is not what safe injection sites are. Tapering is perfectly fine because literally if they stop using a form of opioid, they could die. Safe injection sites is the continuation of the addiction subsidized by the taxpayer because we don't have the courage to say, you are suffering under a self-inflicted addiction. We're going to get you help, but you first must take responsibility for your own actions. The problem with the premise of safe injection sites is society itself is saying, you're really a victim, and we're going to give you the needles and give you the tools. And you could walk into San Francisco at any one of their health sites, and they will give you a kit, literally a kit, of syringes and needles, and literally an ability to put a large rubber band, a tourniquet, thank you, around your arm to be able to find the veins that you can inject. Unsupervised, might I add you, unsupervised. That's not a matter of tapering or getting people off of it. A decent or a sane society would say, you know what, there's a lot of suffering here. Let's try to get you off of these things, not make it easier for you to continue to do drugs, which only continues the cycle of despair and death. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Charlie. Earlier you were talking about sex and gender, there only being sex, gender not existing. I was wondering, like, how you define male and female and, like, what criteria you use to define them?
XX and XY chromosomes.
Okay. So with, like, intersex people then who might be born with, like, XX chromosomes, but they have...
An exception to the rule, right?
Yeah.
So one in every 25,000 cases, yeah. But that doesn't make the rule any less true. It's like saying if you see someone with an amputated leg, you say, oh, wow, that's not normal, but you still have something normal to compare that to. It doesn't make that the rule.
Yeah, I guess, so my question is more like, if somebody then does have, like, XX chromosomes, but they're born with, like, male anatomy, or, male anatomy.
So they're intersex.
Yeah, so would that person be male to you or female?
So if they're XX chromosomes with male anatomy,
Yeah.
I'm not even, how common is that?
It depends on, like, the specific, I think that one's Turner syndrome. So that can be, like, in 1 in 500 boys to, like, 1 in 2,500 boys.
How do you think they should identify?
I personally, in those cases, you know, like, you say that there's only sex, but I personally think that those people should be able to identify how they want to identify because it's, you know, like, would you say that that's, like, an unclear circumstance or?
Well, I think that their chromosomes are rather clear, right?
Yeah. So
And they
then,
have displaced genitalia.
yeah,
correct?
Well, I don't, okay. But, so you would want them then to present as female, even though
Well, it's
they
not a
have,
matter of what I want them to present, it's what they are.
yeah, so they should.
And wait, did you say 1 in 500 cases?
Yeah.
That's insanely made up, I gotta be honest. Like, that, you said 500,000 or 500?
500.
No way. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's what? Yeah, so 1 in 3,000 is more accurate. Okay.
All right, we can use 1 in 3,000. So,
Just
Yeah.
a factor of 6, but yeah.
so then do you think that those people who are, you know, they have male anatomy, they should wear dresses, present femininely?
What is their hormonal makeup? I'm curious.
Those people would have, like, male, like, testosterone. So
They would have more testosterone than estrogen.
Yeah, in those cases.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that actually. Yeah, I'd have
Okay.
to think about that.
So
but
then,
but the fringe case should not dictate the rule.
Well,
And that's the
yeah.
point.
But
Is
I-
that fringe cases in any scenario, whether it be rape, incest, and abortion, or intersex with trans issues, is not the heat or the heart of the debate at all. In fact, if I understand correctly, the study on intersex, again, it's somewhat of a distraction of the few fringe cases that there can be at the young age, like surgery that actually ends up helping based on the hormonal makeup. Is that not right?
I mean, I think, like, it's better when they're adults to have certain procedures like that done. I think it can lead to issues when it's done when they're younger, but I do think that there are.
So then if you think that, do you think anatomy has anything to do then with determining biological sex?
In, like, when you say determining biological sex, do you mean, like, in how we define sex, or, like?
I'm just curious. Again, I just want to reiterate, we don't have 15% of high school girls in America that are quote-unquote non-binary because of intersex issues. We have 15% of high school girls saying they're non-binary because it's a social contagion that is infecting people that are perfectly normal and healthy with XX and XY perfectly functioning genitalia systems. That's the real issue. And so, while I acknowledge this is incredibly murky and I need to think about it, this is a rare disease to muddy the issue up that biological reality needs to continue to exist regardless of somebody's own personal imagination.
Yeah, I think so. Like from my understanding of sex, like reproductive biologists don't necessarily use chromosomes. They use like what gametes you produce, like what sex cells, so like sperm or ova. But I don't know that.
Let me try to find some common ground here,
Yeah.
okay? So when the Biden government comes out and they say that men can take drugs to lactate and chest feed, do you think we've probably gone too far?
I haven't seen Biden say that. So
That's okay. He didn't. His government did. But I'm just trying to find some common ground because, like, when the government says that it's, how about this? When the government calls women that are pregnant birthing people, do you think we're probably going too far?
I think I mean, I'd have to ask you like more questions about what you believe because I don't know.
It's pretty simple and transparent.
Yeah,
I believe what people have believed for 5,000 years, that there's man and woman, and that you can't pretend to be something that you're not. I also believe what 99% of Americans believe. So it's really not that complex. But the fact you can't immediately answer gets right to the point of this, which is that we have this radical ideology that has infected every major part of American society. And I don't think we should be focusing on fringe issues or fringe cases when it's literally staring us in the face, and it's a social contagion that is resulting in tens of thousands of people chopping off their genitalia to create irreversible damage for the rest of their life. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So guys, this was really, really interesting. I mean, I have a lot to say about this, and if I start, trust me, I'm not going to stop anytime soon. So let's do this. You tell me what you think, and I'll be in the comment section. Be ready to fire and tell you, no, I don't think I agree with you on this. So guys, this is what we're going to do, and I'm doing this because I really want to interact with you guys. I mean, so far so good. I've not really had that interaction I'm looking for with you guys. So let's see in the comment section. Let's argue on this and let's bring out what we think about this. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I love you guys.